Hey guys, it's Mary Lou with Plan Heal and Be Merry, and thank you for coming back to my channel. If you're new, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button below so you do not miss any of my new videos. So today my husband and I are free. We just dropped off our children at our friend's house, and we are starting the long drive over to Carlton? I always mispronounce that. So yeah, we're gonna attend that what was it called, Money and Marriage?
Yeah,
Money and Marriage, I guess, type of seminar or talk with Rachel Cruze, which is Dave Ramsey's daughter, and another gentleman. Do you remember the name?
I do not recall.
I forgot his name, but yeah, so we're about to get on the highway and drive, and then hopefully we'll make it there on time. Let me show you guys our tickets here. It was an awesome deal. Like, see? Can you see that? Money and Marriage. It was an awesome deal. Like, I got an email about it a while back, and then on May 8th, I think, I got another email and it said, you know, coupon code, whatnot, and I was like, okay, so it was $20. So I was like, oh my gosh, because it was $39.99 a person, $69.99 for a couple, but you know, it was a lot of money, so I was like, well, but when it came out with a coupon code for $10, I was like, absolutely, I think it's worth $20. What do you think?
Yes.
Do you want to say hi?
Deal.
Oh guys, this is my husband, John. Say hi.
Hello.
Alright guys, well, maybe if I'm able to take pictures or record or something, I'll be able to share a little bit with you guys, so we'll see. Alright, talk to you soon. Bye.
Tennessee. I saw a study, this is so off topic, I'm so sorry. I'm like rambling already. That people from California in record numbers are coming to Texas and Tennessee. So I was like, come to God's country.
Hey guys, I'm back. I just wanted to get on here and talk to you guys a little bit about our date night. Happy to say that it kind of got us motivated again, like re-energized and all that good stuff when it comes to regards to debt, you know. So I'm very, very happy about that. It was Money and Marriage, and Rachel Cruze was one of the speakers, and she is Dave Ramsey's daughter. Her message was basically appreciation and happiness for your own life and being content with where you are in life, what you have, not having the need for more. Hence, you know, people, sometimes we buy stuff just because we feel that we deserve it, or we feel that we earned it. Well, you know, you earned it when you saved for it, but I kind of can't really say that because I'm kind of doing something like that with regards to Europe. You know, I am going to Europe, but I am actively figuring out how to get that paid for and not have it be a credit card expense. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, and I already have a plan. I shared it all with you guys. So another important thing, that a message that we brought home from this seminar, is basically learning to communicate better. For example, I didn't know that for my husband it was important for him to feel accepted by me. Acceptance, you know, for him to have my approval on things. I didn't exactly know that. For me, it is time. Like, I don't like things to take too long. I need to get things done quicker. I need to be on time, that kind of thing. So that was really neat that we started, you know, talking and getting to understand a little bit more from one another. And they also had questions like, as far as where you come from with money, like if it was something that your family spoke about, or if it was something that was never talked about, if it was never brought up, and that kind of thing. For example, my husband's family, they never talked about it. It wasn't brought up, so it wasn't something that was very familiar to his sister or him. They didn't hear that from their parents, basically. And for me, I heard my parents talking about money. They didn't talk to us about money, but I heard them talking about it a lot of the times. And their main message was not on credit. If they had to cash for it, they had to cash for it. And if they didn't, then they didn't. And that's an example that I wish I would have grabbed onto some more, instead of just being more loose with credit and all that as compared to them. So you know, that kind of thing. So if you understand where you're coming from as far as your childhood, what type of money examples you had, whatnot, that kind of thing, then it kind of helps understand where you are or how you got there. Not in my case though. In my case, I should have listened to my parents and done what they did and not use credit. But you know, it's just certain situations that we don't always, what am I trying to say? It's like do as I say, not as I do type of thing. Yeah, that kind of thing. Okay guys, I just did a quick stop to drop off a FedEx envelope so that I don't have to worry about it tomorrow. I like to do it a little early if I can. So I just made a quick little stop and did that, and now I'm gonna try to get back on the highway and head home. But it was just a very interesting night. One of the things that was really, really sweet was, you know, write down the dream that you have for yourself in the future. And it was super sweet. I really almost started crying. My husband wrote it down quickly, you know, he just wrote it down real quick, and I was thinking about it and I had it in my mind and my heart. But before I even had a moment to start writing, he just said, he looked to me and said, you know, one of my dreams is to grow up old and sit in the front porch and watch the grandkids playing in the front yard. And it made me very emotional, and I thought, okay, there's hope for us. There's dear hope, because I had the exact same thought and wish in my heart and mind, and I just started crying a little, and I told him that's exactly what I was thinking, that's exactly what I was hoping for. And I feel very blessed that we both have the same end dream, I guess. Not end dream, because I hope we live a long time, but you know what I mean, like a long-term goal, family, long-term togetherness type of goal, and it happens to be the same, and I was very touched by that. Marriage is not easy. It's hard. There's ups, there's downs, there's sickness, there's loss, and there's, you know, and that's what gives you intimacy in a marriage, or in being together with someone. And so my husband and I, we have a little bit of a history as far as things happening to us, you know, when we didn't expect them to, etc. And I can honestly say that we're in this together. We're not perfect, but we want to be together, and that's all that really matters, because once one or the other wants something different, then it's not going to work anymore. And to know that one of our long-term goals or dreams is the same, it gives me a lot of hope. It gives me a lot of hope for our future and togetherness and our family, you know. So it made me very, very happy. Just to give you guys an example, you know, my husband experienced cancer when he was 29. We got married when I was 25, 26, I can't even remember. Okay, I'll be 30 in October, and we've been married 12 years. So that means got married when I was 25, turning 26 that October. We got married in March, so that's probably about right. And we were just newlyweds, you know, probably a year in, and he had cancer, and so that was really hard and to go through, and you know, but we did it. It was so funny. Like, I remember when they told him, the doctor like called him that same day, and he calls me, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's not good. You know, whenever that happens, something's really bad. When they ask you to come in the next morning or that same afternoon. So I already knew. And then we show up, and just, you know, I want to share a little bit about myself so you guys can get to know a little bit more about me and my family. And so we show up, and sure enough, the doctor says, you know, it's cancer. And so I'm like starting to bawl, and so tears come down my face, and he's just like, okay doctor, so what do we do next? How do we fix this? What's the next step? And I was like yeah, okay, so what do we do next? I was like wiping my tears. I was wearing my glasses, wiping my tears out from underneath my glasses, and I just looked to him and I thought, wow, this guy, he's pretty strong. A lot of the times people think that I'm the strong one, but no, really it's him. He helps me through things a lot, and it's always me the one fighting, but he's the one that holds me up, basically, that stands next to me and is my pillar. So yeah, so it was a really nice date night. I've been trying to, you know, film a little and talk a little bit about what we learned and what we took away from that class. So yeah, it's basically, I learned that there's still commitment between us, which is, in my opinion, most important. Together, we have gone through some things, and we can still, if we have persevered through the items that we've been through, I need to keep on holding on to that faith and love and keep working to make it better and stronger. And, you know, getting out of debt would tremendously take a lot of the woes. You know, we don't really fight about money, and I think that's the problem. I don't know how to say no to myself, and he doesn't know how to say no to me either, so we don't really fight about the spending or whatnot. So that kind of needs to change, but I don't know how to go about that, which is kind of really why I started YouTube, because, you know, sharing my story with the internet, with the world, really, it helps with accountability. I am getting the support, and, you know, sometimes it's positive, sometimes it's negative, but they both push me. Like, when I feel challenged, I kind of have the attitude of, I'll prove you wrong. I'll show you. You'll see. I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna make it happen. I'm a fighter like that. And when people are kind and supporting, that lifts me up even more. I'm even more pumped and even more excited, and it's just wonderful. And so, you know, the negative has been very, very little. I've been very, very blessed that I haven't really encountered negative people on the internet. Most of the people, if not all, always are very positive and kind and understanding and supportive, and I just really love this community, guys. I'm very much enjoying sharing my journey, because it is helping me stay on it. It's helping me stay on track. It's helping me be accountable. You know, I can't say no, my husband can't say no, but you guys are helping me. I want to be a good example. I want to succeed. I want to get it done. So, you know, we did listen to the Dave Ramsey Financial Peace University CDs that we had on our drive to Austin and back, and I think we are on number 6, which would be the role of insurance. I think role of insurance. Is that number 6? Yeah. Number 5 is buyer beware. It's so hard to keep this together, guys. To keep it all straight. There's a lot of traffic and construction going on where I live, but you know, that's just another story for another time. But that's what all that is. And well, I just wanted to come on here, let you guys know it was a very good, productive date night, and tell you guys how much I appreciate you and thank you for your support and your push and your drive that you give me. And thank you that I am now monetized. The 21st I got my first YouTube check. Yay! Okay, hands back on the wheel, right? Yeah, so I'm very, very grateful to you guys. Sincerely, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Right now, for May and June, what I'm gonna do is use that money for the trip. Come July, August, you know, I'm gonna be saving a little extra for taxes to take care of May and June's taxes. And anything else that is left over is going straight to debt. It is just gonna go and attack debt. And I feel like our date night and our drive just really, really helped us get re-pumped, you know, get the message back in our head and our goal back in our mind, and just front and center. And so we're feeling real good. Well, you guys, I just shared a little bit without getting too deep, because sometimes I am very emotional. Not sometimes, always, guys, always. But anyways, please know I appreciate you guys. I appreciate my subscribers. I appreciate your likes. I appreciate your comments. You know what? Why don't we do this? If you guys have any questions, and if they're, you know, something that I feel that I can share, write them down below, and I will make a video about more of get to know me from your questions that you might have, and we can go from there. Alright, you guys, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.